All right, Blake, I got a question for you that
Okay.
I have been searching for an answer because I have some mixed feelings about it.
Oh, some mixed feelings. Let's hear
Mixed
it.
feelings. The question is this: Nickelback, are they actually any good? I pose
No.
it to you. Get
Moving
us
on.
started.
Um, all right. Let me go on a rant here for a second. Nickelback is, if you had to give Nickelback a genre, it's probably something along the lines of alt rock, post grunge, and let me explain why Nickelback, in my opinion, is a pretty terrible band. You take all of the good stuff from Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, so actual grunge. You water it down, take out all of the blues and hard rock influence from the 70s, and add more whiny feelings. And then you have a Nickelback. And then you add in a complete jerk of a lead singer. And then you really have Nickelback. That's Nickelback in a nutshell. And yeah, you can jam out to Rockstar whenever you want. According to Chad Kroger, it's got a deeper meaning than everyone thinks it does. I still jam out to it, but overall, they're a terrible band. They are a meme band. They are memeier than the Dave Matthews Band.
Ooh, that is a hefty claim.
That is my take.
That is a hefty claim. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think in many ways I agree with you on that claim. I have never been the type of person that looks deeply into like the performers themselves, unless there is unless there is a significant amount of wrong behavior from a performer. I usually am able to let it slide. I don't know enough about Chad Kroger to comment on it too much. I'm talking more about
Heard enough
Michael
things.
Michael Jackson is one that I cannot bring myself to listen to hardly any Michael Jackson because of the claims that, though I don't believe, and you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, I don't believe it has been fully proven yet, any of the claims made against him. But there comes a point when I see the mountain of evidence and I just can't help but see it as it's probably true and they're just keeping it back. So with Chad Kroger, I don't know. Like Blake, tell me, like, can you give me some examples of like why is your claim so strong that he's so horrible?
Oh my goodness. I think there was an interview, and this in this interview, and I don't know, say what you will about doing this, but he kind of bragged in an interview while he was talking about a Nickelback album that basically he has chugged so much alcohol in his lifetime that there is a gap in his throat that he could chug a 6-pack of Coronas in 30 seconds.
I don't believe that. And not as I don't believe you, Blake, but as I don't believe Chad Kroger because
honestly, I kind of do. And not to say anything about you enjoying a nice beverage because if you're of age, it's a great thing. But just the fact that you brag about that is you're kind of supposed to be talking about your band. There's been some other things. He dated Avril Lavigne for a while. Apparently that went horribly. Although they did write a bomb song together. I actually do like that song. It's called Let Me Go. It's actually pretty decent.
Huh.
Yeah, just check it out. But yeah, other than that, with Chad Kroger, here's the thing, how I view if you're a bad person or whatever. Most of the time, if the music is good enough, it's not that I look past the things. I've always kind of made the argument that sometimes music can transcend a person a little bit, that it's so ingrained in a style or a culture. Sometimes music is inescapable. So like Michael Jackson, of course, there are allegations, of course. Like you said, there is some evidence to certain claims that have been made. Yeah, I find myself still listening to him because of what he as an artist influenced so many others to do. And there's a lot of great artists we wouldn't have without him today. So even though maybe in life he wasn't the best person, some of his music and the people that contributed to his music overall have really benefited the pop world. Whereas you take Nickelback.
I know where you're going with it.
You have a person that is uncredible, and you have music that is uncredible. So there's no justification for listening to it because everything's bad.
Oh man, I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, I think part of why I occasionally can enjoy a little bit of Nickelback, and I'm talking like a small amount, like maybe like 2 or 3 songs in a row before I'm ready to move on to something better.
Yeah.
Is just how basic it is in its style. That it does have that kind of like grunge, post-grunge, that ish style. Like they have parts of it in there that they really distilled down to the like cores of those styles. They don't make it interesting, which is why I can't listen to too many songs. But if I'm in a mood for a little bit of that grungy, just sort of like basement, dark, rattling, like rock sound that comes with grunge, I might find myself listening to a little bit of Nickelback. But then after I listen to a couple songs, I either think, why aren't I listening to Nirvana? Or I find myself thinking like, okay, I have satisfied and scratched the itch for that post-grunge sound. I'm ready to, not listen to Nickelback anymore.
Exactly.
So I see why there are people that like it and people that I like. And I know I differ from you on that point.
If you like Nickelback, then fine. I'm sorry for you. Please grow up.
That is actually totally fair. Like I will never criticize somebody for what they like in their music, but I will, when it comes to Nickelback, say like, okay, you like Nickelback, let's try some other bands that maybe actually like
it's a band you liked when you were 10. Like I can understand that. It's a band I liked when I was 10. And then you grow up.
Chad Kroeger,
growing up, you actually go backwards into the 90s. Literally, to really sum it up with 2 phrases, Nickelback is the band that I would hear a song somewhere and I'd recognize the lyrics and I'd shout the lyrics because it's funny to sing along with it with a bunch of people just to make fun of it. Like, you don't just listen to it, like you're like screaming the lyrics or something like, look at this graph. And however many other memes there are. And Nickelback is Nirvana without the Nickelback is the poetless groovelessness Nirvana.
Oh man, I think I agree with you on that poetless point. You reminded me of the song "Photograph" by Nickelback, which the hook to the song isn't too bad. Like I could, again, one of those, I understand people liking it, but I just it reads like a poem a high schooler writes, that they're like, I wrote the deepest poem ever.
My emotions, like I'm a teenager.
I rhymed photograph with laugh, man, and it's deep. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the heck is on Joey's head? This is where I grew up. I think the present owner fixed it up. I rhymed up with up, dude.
If you need a laugh in a day, listen to Nickelback, and especially if you need a laugh in a day, listen to that look at this graph meme, and then go on YouTube settings, cut it in halftime, and then keep cutting it in halftime over and over and over for as far down as you can go because it's hilarious to see how horrible it sounds the slower you listen to it.
Oh man. All right. Nickelback, are they actually any good? Blake, your answer? No. My answer, I won't judge you. My personal answer is no. I don't judge you. Let's find something better.
I encourage you to move on eventually.
Yeah, if you're sitting there listening saying, "Oh, but I love Nickelback, guys." Like, first of all, if you love Nickelback, check out Nirvana. Basic, just another great, super popular group. Lots of recognizable songs that you'll know, but way better content than Nickelback gives.
Even better, if you just want to stick in post-grunge, check out Shinedown. Personally prefer them much more over Nickelback. And if you actually want to get into grunge music that's similar to Nickelback, I would recommend you to Stone Temple Pilots.
There you go. We are here to help you.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed the video.
If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications whenever we drop a new video.
See you next time on Music Major Meltdown.